Well, hello, lovelies. I am tired, if you couldn't tell from my voice. Um, I'll just jumping right into this. I started something new for quarterly review. I have tried it before, I have failed at it before, but I have found this last year I really need to reflect on the things that I'm doing in order to understand what I want to do. So, simplified it, which is part of my vision, as you'll see. Um, while I go over this, I really just wanted to read my notes for my future self here because I feel like it wraps up everything that I'm writing. Um, and you probably won't be able to read my handwriting if I'm being honest with you. So, notes for my future self. I need to limit my random video searches for background noise. It really makes work last twice as long and keeps me from getting ahead and maintaining. Very true. Eating better, drinking water, and exercising help me maintain my mood, my pain, and my brain. Stop wasting the early day hours. You focus better then, so use it to your fullest advantage. Stop procrastinating, for Christ's sake. Just get shit done so you can take a break and relax instead of always feeling the need to hustle. Great advice from my husband right there. Keep an expense tracker to help keep a balance sheet for taxes. Use one to keep a budget for personal finances too. Cut excessive spending to cut back on debt. And you'll see later that I actually included an expense tracker for this purpose. And of course, last but not least, stop pushing off actual money making ideas. Get it done to fund the fun stuff. That has always been the hard thing for me to do. And I have a lot of ideas that could really make some money. They're time. It takes a lot of time, and that's the expense at the moment, is how much time it's going to take to put those things together. So I've got two big ideas that I'm working on. I'm going to get the smaller one done first because it'll be easier and I'll be able to make money sooner before I start adding the second one to my other big projects that I am currently working on. So, as you can see, as I've been rambling, I am just doing my normal quarter two stats, the same pretty much as my quarter one ones. The list that I had for quarter one. I am going to try to do Reddit and learn Reddit ads and promotion this quarter, so that one's on there. I would love to learn a little bit more about marketing in LinkedIn, and not much else has changed in this regard. I have a few more books listed on my sales side, which of course makes me happy because that means we're publishing more. And the funny thing is I found that my biggest, well, I guess my second biggest anthology now, because our new one, Transcendent, surpassed After the Happily Ever After in size. But After the Happily Ever After is a consistent seller, and I'm not quite sure why. I know the cover's beautiful. All the covers that Dean makes us are absolutely gorgeous because, well, the dude's talented. But maybe it's just the fairy tales. It's dark, it's funny, it's interesting, and then even though there are a lot of the same tales in there, everybody took on their tale differently, and it's probably one of my favorite reads, and one of the ones that I'm most proud of. But you should also check out Transcendent, because that one too is gigantic and impressive. All of my authors have done a fantastic job, regardless. Okay, quarter two goals. I've got a lot on here as per usual. And the air is coming out this month. I've been trying to edit as you go with time, but just frankly, because of my procrastination issues, I barely getting in the air done. So time, as soon as I am done formatting air, I'm going to start reading time and doing those edits. I've also put off Little Red and the Surly Bear, which is the novella that I finished not last month, but the month before. And I went through my first edit, reading it, and I have to do my word list, and I have to do Hemingway, and I am concerned about reading it to my mom since it's really sexy, but we'll get through it with a lot of red cheeks. And I'm sure my stepdad will be listening on the other end too, and he'll be blushing, so that'll be fun. But I need to get that done. That's the goal for this month specifically. I need to get that done. Also, been doing really well with my Blood Phoenix Inferno. I am almost to 17,000 words. I want to get close to done with it by the end of this quarter, hoping to have it finished in July. I've been ahead on my word count, so I see that as a feasible thing. You'll also notice I have a leftover section, which makes me upset, but shit happens. I will get them done before summer. That's my goal. I will get those things done before summer. I've also not even touched Pocket Watch, which is The Girl with the Stolen Pocket Watch, is a novel I wrote a couple years ago, and I think that's what's hard for me, is that I have to go through with how my style has changed and all those other things and not beat myself up too much. I'm not publishing it soon. I want to get 2 others in the series done first, but I really should just get it off my plate and out of the way and waiting for that time, but we'll see what happens. Project plans are the same as I did last time. I'm just breaking down those bigger goals into where and when I'm going to do them. One of my big things, I want to learn how to BookBub test, but as you can tell from my pain points in my review, is money is a problem and BookBub is expensive. I think it would pay off, but finding that initial investment, I don't have it at the moment. So here's hoping we can make a little money in the air and BookBub one of our anthologies, maybe after the Happily Ever After, since that one tends to sell pretty well, and see if we can't make a good return on investment. We'll see what happens. Got lots of things to work on. I have learned a few new tricks in compositing art in Photoshop. I am pretty excited to play with those and create some new covers for My Broken World series, which Inferno is book 4 in that series, and I actually want to be the one to make the covers because I have a logo and I want to make them consistent and them all match rather than these random art pieces that I originally chose for the covers. We'll see what happens there though. And I'm just doing my normal thing I do every single month, making my calendar. I actually don't have anything on my calendar other than Easter. No birthdays, no special events, nothing. Maybe something will pop up, maybe it won't, but it's there if I need it. You will notice that my word for the month is also reflective in my review, which I know I didn't talk about, but simplify, realigned, make sales was my vision to recheck myself for this quarter and for the rest of the year. So you see, don't reinvent the wheel, just realign it. I have to remember that because that's simplifying. Instead of redoing stuff, I just need to go in and tweak little things to make sure that I am being effective. So, oh, and you'll notice this art print. Oh, I love these art prints. I love having a sticker paper and a color printer to put my art in so I don't have to color anymore, although I miss coloring. This is from, I'm not going to say this right, yumiart.com, and I felt like the colors fit perfectly. Very springtime, the whole April showers vibe with the water, and the moon being there. It was important for me because I've had a space theme in my last 2 bullet journals, and I just love space theme in the moon. I love to stare at the moon, which is evident in a lot of my stories, but space is both beautiful and absolutely terrifying, and I'm in love with it. So just doing my normal master task list, and I'm not editing this in a way that you see everything in the order that it should be in, but rather in the order I actually do it in. I recorded this in 3 steps, 3 different days. So right now I'm just outlining and penciling in all of my stuff for this month. Later you'll see me actually go in and ink it, but I don't know if things are going to change until the end of the month, so I don't pen them in advance, but I need them there at the same time in advance so I have a reference of what I'm getting done, what I'm not getting done, and how to realign my month. So now This is just my editorial calendar. It's more sparse than it's been because we're getting too close to publication for In the Air, and the transcendent stuff has petered off quite a bit, and that one had 72 authors in it, and this one only has 26. So you can see a big difference in the way we're going to try to market that and keep it prevalent. But if we go overboard, it's going to be over fast. So it's about spacing it out and reminding people frequently without doing too much too soon. And I even have stuff on here that's not in the video because things change. So maybe my flip through some of the pencil will be in there, but I have my interview and my guest post, and someone else signed up for a guest post, and the pre-order and a blog post that didn't get done last month that have all found their way in here after I filled it out and filmed. So, and of course, I think I put on my washi tape off camera, but it's just a nice teal blue color which matched the colors, the mint in the, it's not quite teal, it's a little bit bluer than teal. It's Crayola, so it doesn't actually have a color assigned to it, but felt like it matched. It was a nice pattern. There you go. Alright, I'm gonna let this go to music for a little while and come back when we talk about expenses. Okay, expenses tracker. I have 2 different pages for this, both of them absolutely freaking new to me. I looked at a lot of different journaling ideas for this, and it just seemed like the normal spreadsheet, which I took accounting in college. It was actually my first ever college class, 8 o'clock in the morning, 17 years old, freaking out, loved that class, was pretty good at it. Accounting 2, not so much 3 years later. But I'm hoping that since the anthology goes out this month, means that I'm going to be paying all of my authors this month, my artist, and ordering copies and all those other things. So keeping track here I think is going to really help with that, so that I can plug it into a digital balance sheet, which I haven't even started yet. I really need to for quarter 1, because I have the transcendent expenses to put in there for this coming up tax year. But I'm really hoping that this will make it easier for me. And then you see I also have budgeting my broke ass. How true it is. I need to learn to budget. So just a space for my bills, which I have only a few recurring. My income, which is also quite limited. And my expenses overall. And that's one of the things I really want to check on. I can't change my bills, but I can change how much I spend at the grocery store. And so that is what one of my goals is one, I need to pay off my credit card. That's what my taxes are going to do for me, because I only make like $450 a month right now as a teacher, because I lost one of my classes, and that's the life of being an adjunct. First time it's ever happened to me, and I'm lucky for that. And I'll have 4 again next semester, so I'll be able to catch up a little bit. But I need to pay off my credit card. I want to go down $50 a week in groceries and increase my income $100. We'll see if I can do that. Alright, so now this is step 3. I'm going to go flip through and check off my things for the month, and you'll see here my projects. I am super excited about being this far in Inferno after 1 month. Almost 17,000 words, guys, in 1 month. That is crazy. I'm so excited about how consistent I've been writing. So just checking off some blog stuff. Started a new book. You'll see it is by the same person I read last month, Dying by the Hour, after I read the first one, which I got for free. I went back and I bought the entire series for $9.99. It's 7 books, which is why I have to pull down my keyboard and figure out what the actual percent is, since it's all in one file. It shows that I've only read 2% of it, but I've read 7 chapters, so it's, not quite accurate. So I'm trying to do some math and some research at the moment to figure out what the hell is going on with that. But I thought I'd show you guys the process of me filling out my reading tracker. I've been trying to read more often. It's one of the things that I track quite frequently, every day, in fact. I haven't been reading every day like I'd like to, but, that it is what it is. Now I am going through last month to figure out how many words I actually wrote. And what I have written down is not accurate, because I recorded this on the 31st. I hadn't done my words for the day yet. So you see, my goal was 15,500, and I wrote 15,956. My running total is 32,092, and I put up there how much extra I wrote in the last quarter, but over 1,500 words over my goal. That's a lot of words, and I'm impressed with this everyday ritual. Alright, so let's flip through March real quick, and I'll show you what that looks like. Just marking some things off. Sometimes I get things done and I don't get a chance to mark them off in my other spreads. I get them done in my dailies. Not as much as I wanted to get done, but I was busy and I still got things done. And yeah, so let's fill out the rest of April Master Task List in pen, and I will just give you a little bit of a life update. Otherwise, last month you guys know that I fell down my porch steps and hurt myself. Getting better. I've been able to walk more, which is really nice. I'm going to do my workout today and just do some functional, lightweight stuff. I can't run. One of my goals is to do a 5K. I can't run right now. I might not be able to for a couple months, and that's depressing, but I can still work on my pull-ups, and so that is what I'm going to do, and I really need to do those things, because sitting here at my desk all day and not working out is making me hurt a bit, which is why I'm tired, just because I didn't sleep well, because my back hurt and all that fun stuff. So I've got to get myself there. I've got to stop taking naps, waking up at 6, making the boy lunch, and going back to bed until I go to work. I got to use that time to walk at the very least, to do something functional for my body, because as my review said, the more I do that, the better my brain works, the better I feel, and the more I'm able to get done, and the happier I am. So it makes sense to stop pushing that snooze button, which is terrible for you, by the way. If you haven't read the research, it's terrible for you, it makes you more tired anyways. And I know that, so I've got to stop doing that and start putting something better in its place. And so that's what I am going to do. Alright guys, there's my update for you. I hope you're having a wonderful quarter, month, day, hour, couple of minutes. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions about my process or any of that other stuff, or would like to tell me about how your quarter has been and how you plan to review and set up for next quarter, leave that in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.